did that reset just for you so you could hear the wonderful tune that plays when you turn the console on. I'll be doing the any percent glitchless category. I'll explain glitchless when I get to the point where glitchless matters. So, but in any case, let's get this going. My timing will start when I gain control. There's the story. Read it quick. No. Okay. All right, we're going. So, if any of you are familiar with the anime from the late 80s, I believe called Red Photon Zillion, you'll recognize some of the characters in this game. I'm also proud to be sandwiched in between the Castlevania and the Metroid blocks to close out, not close out, but on this Sunday, last day of the marathon, as this is a Metroidvania-esque type game, I guess you could say. But our protagonist JJ here is going to blow up the base by collecting items and, well, you'll see what I collect as I go along. So I picked up a card that allows me to access computers. I picked up a level up, which increases health, and over the course of the game will increase other stats such as running speed and lessen damage taken and things like that. So the general idea here is I'm going to collect keywords that are different every single time you play the game, and put them in the computer, which will then open the door. And you can see all these funny symbols at the bottom, which 10-year-old me who first played the game just named them after what they looked like. So M, heart, 8, etc., etc. But as was pointed out to me at some other point in the past, they're actually numbers mirrored on themselves. So the M is a 1, mirrored front and back, and the heart is a 2, etc., etc. That's not how I remember the codes. So. Oh, and there's a secret item right here if you just shoot the wall a few times. Yeah, there's a level up there. Nice. Alright. Other things you can do for codes, you can... Each code entered 4 times has a different power. Entering the number 6 code 4 times will give you a warp back to start. Which was good because that entire little sequence there was to get a Zillion power-up to improve my gun. Because your gun has 3 levels, and you need a fully powered gun to complete the game. And there will be a room coming up where all of the canisters are level 2 canisters, so you can't open them with a level 1 gun. And the hardest part about this game is trying to commentate while remembering codes, to be perfectly honest. So, I'm usually good for at least 1 forgotten code per run, so I just have to go recollect the code when I forget it. Now, there are the categories. There is a good ending and a bad ending. Good ending is when you save your comrades, Apple and Champ, in the maze, and bad ending is when you don't. And to explain glitchless, which is relevant in this room, if you kill yourself as you screen transition, you become invincible, which makes perfect sense. As I will demonstrate, I won't actually do it, but if you line yourself up right here in the elevator along with the damage barrier, you damage yourself as you screen transition down. If you go to 0 health when you do, you collapse and then get back up again, and the enemies all ignore you for the rest of the game. And you can't pause the game, you can't do anything except just go forward. So, someday I will do an actual run using that glitch, but for now we're not doing that. So this alarm is going off. There are hidden sensors in most rooms, not all rooms, most rooms. And you can pick up an item, a scope, that shows the sensors to you so you can avoid them, but there is no scope on my path, so I don't pick one up. I know where they all are anyway, so no need to worry about that. There are 3 areas in the game designated by the color of the background. So this is the light blue section, which is almost over. It's a pretty short section. Pretty linear, too. There aren't any real offshoots you can take to save time. 2 more rooms. Now talk about these guards that are shooting me. There are different types of guards. Some of them rush at you, some of them just stand there and shoot you, some of them can actually shoot while kneeling or shoot upwards. So, not all the guards are the same. Alright. You can also jump on guards' heads to kill them. I have no idea why, but there you go. Don't explain how that works, because I have no idea. Alright, so to talk about the level system, I got those level ups earlier. It increases your maximum health by 20 each time, refills your health, and increases your stats. The maximum level is 8, which is required due to the damage reduction, because those barriers that I ran through do 120 damage at level 1, but they only do 40 damage at level 8. And there are areas coming up where I will be running through a bunch of them. You can set codes to turn the barriers off, but that's slow, so we don't do that. I actually got the path down where I don't stop the barriers once. So the number of keys, key cards rather, that I need is 4, because I will do 3 warps with codes, and you need 1 at all times just to access the computer in the first place. So while there are many codes, or many cards scattered around the maze, I only need to pick up 4 of them. But you can pick up as many as you want. You also lose the card if you fail to enter the code 3 times, but if you try twice and then exit, it resets that. So there really shouldn't be ever a situation where you actually lose a key card. So a lot of my routing tries to make cycles with these laser guns. These laser guns do not shoot the same time all the time. There's a little variability in their shooting patterns. So sometimes you can make cycles by just good movement, and sometimes you can't. You also see me duck pretty much anytime I shoot a guard, because if you get shot, you want to be kneeling. You don't recoil as much. Alright, so to mention one of the other goals is you have to collect 5 floppy disks scattered about the maze. Otherwise you cannot access the main computer. And I have one so far. Whoops, that was a mistake. No problem. And I just passed a container with a floppy, because I can't get it yet. I need a level 3 gun, and I don't have a level 3 gun yet. But I will in a moment. But this red section, there's an entire lower part of the red section that only has power-ups and nothing else, and it's way out of the way, and there's literally no reason to go anywhere near there. Ooh, I missed that jump. That's right. So you see, this is the area where I have no way of restoring my health, and I could stop these barriers instead of collecting all level-ups, but collecting level-ups is much faster. As far as I know, these codes, there's no pattern that I'm aware of. So there's no way to manipulate what codes you get. I mean, you want codes that are closer to the right side of the screen, but even then, it's minimal time saving is best. Now we get to watch JJ shimmy along the floor. Pretty cool. Alright. Dead end. I wonder what could be here. Couldn't be anything important here. Oh, look, a zillion power up. Oh, look, a level up. Oh, look, a floppy. Amazing. But how do you get back? Well, before I use the number 6 code, the number 7 code warps you back to the last elevator, which is conveniently placed almost back where the other floppy I skipped that I couldn't get before. There you go. So that's 3 floppies. I got 1 in the blue section, 2 in the red section. I should say light blue section, because the next section, the third section, is the dark blue section, which is, the light blue section was pretty linear. Oops, jeez. The red section kind of linear with an offshoot you don't need to take. And the dark blue section is not linear at all. The path to the main computer is actually at the start of the section, but you have to collect 2 floppies and unlock the path. Alright, now we get to test out JJ's boots, because that's 3, 4, nope, not there, 5, 6. What's going to happen when he hits the bottom? It's going to hurt. 8, 9, okay. Whew. I hit the right button, so JJ survived. Thank goodness. You also see me try to, as much as possible, shoot while in the air. Because there's the classic problem of, if you shoot while you're standing on the ground, you cannot move at the same time. But if you're in the air, it doesn't matter. So my path through this room, there are sensors all over the place, but you can't see them. But I know where they are. So I almost wish I had a scope so you could see this, the random sensor lines all over the place, but can't help you there. The closest scope on my path is probably near the beginning of the game, but who has time for that? So you'll see a lot in this section. You see me go onto one-off rooms just to unlock doors that are unlocking a door on a different path. But, you know, gotta be done, otherwise you can't progress. Alright, so talking about my companions that you can save to get a better ending. Apple was in the red section. Champ is in the dark blue section. But, I mean, Apple is only 2 screens out of the way, so it's, you know, Apple's not that far out of the way, but Champ is way out of the way. So. But we're not saving either of them. And to be honest, I mean, it changes the ending by 1 screen. There's a screen that says, you know, all the zillion men were saved, or they didn't survive. That's that's the entire ending difference. And entering those codes without stopping the cursor is not easy, but I've had years of practice working on it. Some of the benefits of the level 3 guns, I can shoot crouching soldiers, as well as mines. You can shoot mines to kill them. So level 3 gun, best gun. And that room is just faster to take the mine hit, just to walk through it. So try to shoot the mines while I'm in the air, but they're really hard to hit. You'll see there, I tried to shoot. If you are a certain distance from 2 canisters next to each other, you can shoot them both open with 1 shot. But it's a pretty precise shot. It's hard to get it all the time. Ooh, I made that cycle. No, I never make that cycle. So that was pretty sweet. Alright, so this room starts the offshoots where one way goes towards saving Champ and one doesn't. So we're not going to go up in that room, because that's useless for the main route. But this whole section here, there's a floppy in that one, we'll get that on the way back, but this whole section, again, is just unlocking the main path. There's an interesting glitch in the next room, which I may activate unintentionally, where if you read a canister at the same frame, you get shot. And it didn't happen that time. Then all the enemies freeze, but you can't do anything unless you just leave the room and come back. So it's not a useful glitch in any way, but it's pretty funny when it happens. It's just everything stops dead for no reason. Alright, so that opened the path. Grab the floppy there. Now it's 4 out of 5. You see these guards can shoot upwards. Oh boy. about to get shot. Yep. Alright. So that canister up in the top right has a red card in it, which is what you need to access the main computer. But can't reach it yet. We'll get it on the way there. Alright, so this is the last open that door. Now the end path is fully open. But there's one more floppy I gotta get. And it's nowhere near here, sadly. Don't go up there. Ooh, didn't make that jump. Been trying to work on that jump. That's a tough jump. Also, sometimes if you hit the button too fast, you get the ding noise, as if you're entering a code, but the code doesn't actually appear. So, hard to go fast. Didn't make that cycle. Sorry, got plenty of health. The fewer codes I get with an M in them, the first code, the faster my run goes. I almost triggered the glitch right there. That would be pretty funny. Nope. Why'd you jump? JJ, you gotta go this way. You're not done opening the path to the floppy. Remembering the path in this area can be problematic at best. There's just so many offshoots, you gotta make sure you take the right ones. I mean, that coupled with trying to memorize the canisters, so that I'm not opening canisters with useless things or nothing in them. My son decided to make a cameo in my video. Apparently he's hungry. He's late for lunch. Okay. The last floppy is waiting for me at the top of the screen. Alright. Now I would pause my game to make sure I had all 5 floppies, but as for those of you Master System enthusiasts know, the pause button is on the console. And I'm nowhere near the console, so I can't pause the game. Well. So we're just going to assume I have all 5 floppies. So, quick warp back to the first elevator, which is the only elevator in this section, thankfully. And now I can find the path to the end. And there's only one more code left for me to mess up. I haven't messed up any yet. Ah, the code was too easy. Not much chance of me messing up this one. Alright. I didn't mess up a code. Hallelujah. Can chat confirm that I picked up 5 floppies? I have no idea. I'm just playing the game. remember all these rooms I was in before. Where I opened all these doors. The path is fully open. But, don't forget the red card. We got it. Okay. And we have this mysterious, giant, empty black room. I don't know what to make of that room. Here's the final computer. Alright. Get out! Goes to this empty room. Oh. Keep going. Bit of a slow kill, sadly. It may not have looked slow, but you can shoot him as many as 4 times when he opens his mouth. But I got a lot of 2s in there, so. Alright, so now you better remember the path home. Now you can't use the door. If there's any paths you can shoot open, they are all now open. But any doors you did not open are now still closed. So you cannot take a different path back than you came here, except for a small room that I'll show in a minute. So there is a way to lock yourself in if you take the wrong path and get yourself trapped behind a door you never opened, which is unfortunate. But so see, this path was, I never shot that open, but it's open now. But if you go in the red section, if you take the alternate path that you didn't take and get yourself stuck behind a door, then you're just stuck. So. Oh yes, the codes. Yeah, the codes change every run. It does not matter what order you enter them into the computer. I mean, because the game doesn't know what order you pick them up, so there's no way for the computer to know that. I mean, I enter them from left to right. Entering left to right seems the most obvious, so that's what I do. Now, the hardest part about this run is the jumping. The escape is the jumping. Because some of these jumps you have to make to get back the way you came, as you saw in a previous room, can be difficult. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm not on world record pace. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure my best is 22:30-ish now that I got recently. So this is not going to be a world record, but it's going to be probably my second best run ever. Because there was no computer mishaps, no huge mistakes. I mean, I missed that one jump in the dark blue section, but overall this run was pretty clean. And that jump right there is, in my old world record from 10 years ago, I messed that jump up 3 times in a row. Never forget that. It was literally my only big mistake in the entire run. Is it going to be a sub 23? Close. It is. We did it. Alright. Alright, so here's the one screen that's different. It says some of the zillion men were lost. I mean, despite the fact that Apple is a woman, I don't know why it says men, but that screen will say, you saved all zillion men if you save the Apple enchant. And then everyone's statistics. I mean, Emmy you don't even see in the run. She's driving the ship. But then it gives you Champ, and Apple, and JJ. And Opa Opa. Opa Opa's not in the anime, obviously. Those of you familiar with Master System games will know where Opa Opa comes from. But that's it. Oh, great. Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate the emergency timer is. It's supposed to be 5 minutes, but I'd never actually timed to make sure it was that way. But yeah, top dream. That is a very... For those of you who may have played the game back in the day, I'm sure you didn't beat it in 25 minutes. I know I didn't. I know the first time I beat the game, or I beat the final boss, I died on the escape. If you're anywhere in the maze when the time runs out, then game over. You gotta play it all again. Even if you have continues, there are continues in this game, but base blows up, can't continue. Start over again. And Champ runs really slow, so if you're down to just Champ, good luck getting out in time. But that's it for me. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the run. It was definitely a pleasure to be in between the Castlevania and Metroid blocks. I hope you enjoy the end of the marathon and the Metroid games coming up. This is my last game in the marathon. I stream pretty irregularly, but for those of you who enjoyed my Arkanoid run from a few nights ago, definitely play that most often, so that's all I got. Enjoy the Metroid block. Thanks a lot, everyone.